started here.
Alright, we're started there.
Yes, we are.
Alright, well, once again, I can't turn it wide enough for the two of us to be on. Well, if I turn it this way, I guess.
Well, if you turn it around sideways, oh yeah, there you go.
It, a little bit, rotate. You can't turn your phone while live.
Yes.
Oh. Okay, well, that sucks.
That's where Facebook gets you. But hey, at least you know
God
next
damn it,
time.
Facebook. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, we are live with the Raj and Rich show.
Yes.
This is...
I'm Raj.
That's right, and I'm Rich.
He wishes.
I do. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I know we told you we weren't going to do another show before Christmas. You know?
Well, surprise.
Surprise, 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 surprise. We decided to go ahead and do another one. Why? Because, well, fuck, we can. And the other real reason why we weren't going to do another show was because, well, you weren't going to be here.
Or so I thought.
Yeah, and then we cordially invited him to Christmas with a gun and a baseball bat and told him if he tried to leave the house, we were going to kill him. So, he's still here. You know, it's all in the Christmas spirit.
Is that what they call Christmas spirit now?
Well, they need to do in my house.
So instead of a shotgun wedding, you now have a shotgun Christmas?
Well, you know, and it's, yeah, you know, we have guns here. I mean, we believe in gun control in this household, which means using both hands and hitting the target.
Yes.
Okay.
I love gun control.
So, you know, that's why. We're doing one. It's Sunday night, which is when we normally do the show.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you know, we decided, what the hell? It's Christmas Eve. Well, it's not Sunday. It is Sunday night. Yeah, it is.
It is Sunday. Christmas Eve.
I've got 4 days off.
So guess what, people? This is our Christmas edition of the Raj and Rich Show.
It is the Christmas edition of the Raj and Rich Show. And folks, for those of you watching on Facebook and seeing this ugly mug, and that ugly mug, folks, once again, like always, I'll have it live here for a couple minutes, and then we're going to shut this off, and we're going to shoot over to YouTube's exclusively. So you'll have to go to YouTube to watch it. Now it's real simple to find. If you go and search the Raj and Rich Show on Facebook, you'll come up with our Facebook page. Yes. Which that'll give you the link. Now, I would tell you the link, but unfortunately, the link to the show is youtube.com/ hashtag exclamation point dot something. And
then every letter under the fucking alphabet.
Yeah, there's like 30 some odd letters afterwards. So, you know, unfortunately, I can't sit here and tell you. It'll take half the program to tell you the link. So, alright, so folks, for those of you who've never watched the show before, we are both Amtgarders. Okay, Amtgard, for those of you that are watching that are members of my family that are wondering, what the hell is he talking about? I was like, is he into drugs?
Sometimes.
No, I'm not. Well, painkillers. What the fuck is me? I'm allergic to marijuana. So, anyway, we talk about Amtgard, which Amtgard, hold on, I gotta do this. Not sponsored by them, so therefore we're not going to show their logos on the show. Which is going to make drinking this, well, we don't care about that. But anyway, so, Amtgard is a LARPing organization, live action role playing. I don't like to refer to it as a LARP, because every time I envision LARPing, I envision like a bunch of people going, well, I hit you with my sword and it has 13 points of damage. And I have 37,000 points of armor, so good luck. It's like playing Diablo on Torment 13. Okay? I just kind of look at it as it's fantasy combat.
It's exactly what it is.
It's fantasy combat. We dress up and think that we have wizards and knights and all kinds of cool stuff, and we beat the hell out of each other.
We take sticks that's wrapped in foam and beat the living piss out of each other. We do.
We do. That's what we do. So, like I said, I never look at it as a LARP, and people go, well, it's a live-action role play. The people who say this obviously haven't been hanging out and at some of our events, because there's not a lot of role-playing. And those of us that used to role-play can't role-play anymore. Right. Because our role-playing was inappropriate. So, we kind of left the role-playing part of the LARP, and we can't just go with LA because everybody's like, well, it's Los Angeles. Well, that would be role-playing all in itself. That's its own beast. But I always looked at it as fantasy combat, because it's not preset how it's going to end.
No, it's not.
It's not. So, yeah, there's stuff you have to do, But the outcome's completely up to you, and it's based off of your combat ability and your ability to use your class. So I always look at it as a fantasy combat is the best way to explain it.
Just about.
And so for those of you who've never seen that before, that's what it is. So what we do in our show is we'll take a first segment of our show and talk about Amtgard stuff, because 90% of our viewers are Amtgarders. In fact, most of the time when we're on the show, 100% of the viewers are Amtgarders. And we'll talk about Amtgard for a little bit, and then we talk about mundane stuff.
Yes.
As well. You know, and you're probably thinking to yourself, well, why in the world would I listen to you two ugly bastards talk about mundane stuff when I could just turn on CNN and look at that dyke they have, Rachel Madcow, and she's just as ugly as you guys are, and she tells the news too, so what's the difference?
We make this shit funny, yo!
We make it interesting, and we have no agendas. Why? Because we give no
fucks.
Exactly, we don't. Alright, we just tell you what the news, we tell you what the stories are, and then you just roll with it from there. You know, we'll give our opinion, but that's about it. You know, we'll give our opinion on it, but we're not going to sit here and try to convince you guys to go along with what we believe in.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll just give you our opinion and we go from there. And we have a chat room, though, for those of you that are watching on the Facebook page. You'll notice that I don't respond to you guys, because I can't sit here while doing this and do this at the same time, because it just doesn't make any sense on the camera. So we have a chat room in our YouTube page, so you can sit here and talk to us while we're live on air. And then we'll respond to you that way. Now, I do understand that there is a little bit of a gap, so you may say something and we've already talked about it.
Yes.
However, if it is something that's still pertinent to our conversation, which we have a tendency to ramble on and on and on and on, we'll cover it. Because we have no station manager again today.
So we're off the rails!
We're going to be completely off the rails.
Again.
So, folks, let's get into our first topic. Today was, or the last couple days, has been an interesting conversation. This was on the Amtgard page, correct?
This was actually on the Kingdom of the Emerald Hills page.
The Emerald Hills! You know, that place where Oz is.
No, that's wetlands.
Oh. Why would Oz be in the wetlands? Wouldn't it make more sense to have him in the Emerald?
Yeah, but Oz is a pirate now instead of, you know, the Great Sorcerer.
Oz is no. Does every fucking person in Amtgard go through a pirate phase?
I guess.
It's like kids. When they're growing up, all of them go through, every one of them goes through some phase. Every person in Amtgard goes through a pirate phase. At some point, everybody walks around, "Arr, me be a pirate today, arr." And you're just like,
give me your booty.
And then it's usually the same freaking lines every time. Like, nobody can come up with new lines. Except Gecko.
I fucking love Gecko.
But Gecko plays a pirate 24/7.
Well, Gecko is a fucking pirate.
I mean, even on his job, he's still a pirate.
Yeah.
Even though he doesn't get paid to be a pirate, he just is a pirate.
Yeah, and then you have Pirate that's down there in Bloodtide Coast. He's an actual fucking pirate.
Yeah, so, I mean, Gecko's like that Gecko reminds me of that redheaded guy from Dodgeball. Like, one day somebody's going to shatter his whole world and tell him he's not actually a pirate, and it's going to mess him up, but then somebody's going to come back and want him to be a pirate, and then he'll be a pirate all over again.
That's Steve the Pirate on Dodgeball.
Yeah.
And that's played by Alan Tudyk.
Yeah, so there you go. So, that's what Gecko reminds me of. He's a great guy. He's a wonderful, funny guy to hang around. I've had him in my house. You know, but anyway, so, there was a discussion concerning the ROP and the treaty. And somebody said that the treaty is in the ROP. So I went back and checked the ROP. The treaty is not in the ROP.
They're in the ROP itself on page 4 under Code of Conduct and everything like that.
Page 4!
There is a portion that states that something happens for anybody that gets banned under a COC violation 2 or COC violation 3, then every kingdom automatically enacts the ban. But other kingdoms, you know, can go ahead and talk to their kingdom officers and with joint agreement of the monarch with either the kingdom prime minister or the kingdom guild master Reeves can choose to not uphold the ban, you know, for a said player and take responsibility for that player in their kingdom.
Alright, now hold on one second. As an example, when I was king of the Crystal Groves, and yes, I'm willing to admit it.
Yes.
There was a situation you all remember a while back when Monkey got banned first at the local level, and then the kingdom upheld it for wearing clothing. Okay. Now, those of us who have been around Monkey long enough to know that Monkey is very well known for fighting in only a leopard print bikini.
Thong.
I never looked at his ass long enough to tell if it was a thong. I just thought it was a Speedo. Okay.
It's a fucking thong.
So anyway, Well, he wore clothing to this event, and somebody decided that they were triggered by his outfit because he was dressed. And I will say that his throwing weapons did kind of look like a suicide vest. Okay, I will say that, yeah. However, as the king of the Crystal Groves, when this came across, the way it was worded was the problem. If it was worded differently and more accurately, I don't think there would have been so much of an issue with upholding it.
Like if they had worded it to where it's like, okay, Monkey wore this, somebody had, an issue with it, was confronted Monkey about it, and Monkey was a complete and total fucking douche, then it would have been okay. But it was more along the lines of, we didn't like how Monkey was dressed, so we're going to ban him.
And that's pretty much close to how the wording was, because I got it sent to me. Somebody sent it to me. One of the people that are watching, it was somebody that's watching, sent me a copy of this. Said, dude, you're not going to believe this. They just banned Monkey for wearing clothing. And when I read the banning, I looked at it and said, sure as shit, they just banned him for wearing clothing. In the banning, it didn't even describe the clothing.
It just said he was wearing clothing that was offensive.
He was wearing clothing that was offensive. I'm like, wait a minute, for years he's gotten away with a leopard print bikini and nobody found that offensive. Now he puts on clothes and it's offensive? So I contacted, because it was, they COC'd him for what, 6? Or was it a 3? It wasn't a 3.
No, it was not a 3.
It was a 6, so which by the ROP would have said, hey, we've got to uphold it.
No, the ROP only states 2 and 3.
Or no, it was only 2 and 3. Then it was a 3. Then evidently it was it was one of the two. So anyway, I immediately I read the rule book, because I was like, no, there's no way I can't uphold this. And I went through and I read, and it said on there that as long as I contacted my prime minister was on board with me, we didn't have to uphold it. And so I contacted my prime minister, who my prime minister at the time knew Monkey. Okay, he was an old Texas Amtgarder, and we both talked about it. And both of us immediately agreed the moment I read it. Said, yeah, no. And so I immediately said, look, I'm not. Now, of course, my board of directors immediately jumped in. Well, it's according to the rule book, and I had to remind my board of directors that they separated themselves from the game of Amtgard so that they couldn't rule on game items, so they didn't have any jurisdiction. They could suck my dick.
Boom.
I didn't exactly say that, but it was pretty along the lines of a very professional, like Betty White and Lake Placid, where she goes, "This is that part. If I had a dick, I would tell you to suck it." It's pretty close to what I said to him.
Betty White.
And then I posted on Facebook at that point on the Kingdom page saying, "We, the Kingdom of Crystal Groves, in the joint agreement between the monarch and the prime minister, will not uphold the banning of Monkey." Period. And I left it at that. And of course, a shitstorm started on the conversation page. However, I repeatedly brought up that page, and so did several other people that agreed with it as well, brought up that same page, and then it just shut the fuck up. But that is in the rule book. That is there. It's in the rule book. However, it's not the treaty. Explain to them what the treaty is.
So the treaty states that any kingdom that has signed the treaty, or any signatories thereof, if one kingdom goes ahead and bans a player for a COC2, COC3, and or a COC6 violation, that every single kingdom who has signed the treaty has to uphold that ban and cannot exclude themselves from holding that ban. And that ban cannot be lifted until the original kingdom that placed the ban lifts it themselves.
Which thereby negates the option in the rulebook that says you and your prime minister can agree and not uphold it.
Correct.
If you sign the treaty, you can no longer exercise that option of negating by you and your prime minister to not follow it. The treaty cuts that out. It doesn't say that in the ROP. So the argument of the treaty is in the ROP is actually incorrect.
Yeah.
The rule where if it's a certain COC violation was in the rule book, you know, that everybody has to uphold, unless unless the prime minister and king don't agree with it.
Yes.
But now if you sign that treaty, which is why I was against the treaty to begin with, you no longer have that option. And let me explain why I was against the treaty.
Well,
okay,
let me say this real quick. The treaty does not trump the rules of play. Period. Nothing trumps the rules of play in this fucking game.
It even says that in the rules of play.
Exactly. So
So
technically, the rules of play will trump the treaty every time. So if somebody does get banned, who has signed a treaty for Article 2 and or COC 2 or COC 3, then other kingdoms can go ahead and say, nope, I'm not going to uphold it because, one, I don't know what the hell happened. Two, there's not enough, evidence to show that anything happened. Three, they're nowhere to be here. They only showed up once, or blah, 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 blah. There's nothing to stop them from saying that because of what is written in the rules of play.
And the RP. And it says the RP is the rules.
Yes.
No kingdom can pass any rules or regulations that
can go against
the ROP. Well, the treaty goes against the ROP because the treaty eliminates what the ROP states about the monarch and the prime minister being able to make a decision to, not uphold a ban.
Yes. Okay.
And see, I was against the treaty from the beginning because here's the reason why. I
know, because we had this discussion.
A lot of people know that I've been in the game for a long time. A lot of my viewers sitting in here have been in the game a long time. A lot of the viewers on our Facebook or on our YouTube page have been in the game for a long time. Okay, we've seen some people get kicked out of this game simply because somebody didn't like them. It literally is because somebody hated the other person. We've seen that happen so many times.
I've been suspended from a park for somebody not liking me.
Okay, and this is the reason why I didn't like the treaty, because if you sign off on the treaty and say they find a way to go ahead and word it as one of the key triggers the treaty, they're done. Mm-hmm. They're done simply. And look at Rising, and I keep bringing this example up, but Rising Winds banned a guy for a COC 3 that happened 6 years ago in the privacy of his own home. The reason why it took him this long is because they had to put enough people on the board of directors to agree that disliked him. Because every time they tried it, they didn't have enough votes.
Yep.
So, and hey, Destin, how you doing? Do you know the YouTube page? Because I'm going to be shutting this off here shortly, and everybody's going to have to be over onto the YouTube page because that's where we need everybody to go.
Yes.
So yeah, so you got a guy did that in the privacy of his own home. It took him 6 years to put together a board of directors with enough people that didn't like him to kick him the hell out of the game. And the guy's a knight. And he had retired. He retired from the game.
And then a kick in the face.
So he wasn't even active anymore. And they go, I mean, I understand that if you do something that's seriously wrong, regardless if you've retired or not, then you should, Mike, you're on both pages. Can you possibly shoot the link on my live feed so that way everybody can see it? Or who else is on her? Who's on both? Because I got a couple on there. If somebody that's on the YouTube page could grab the link address and pop it in here so somebody can click on it.
It's the same one as last week.
It's the same, yeah, but I don't have. They'd have to go into my Facebook page and watch the video from last week in order to get the link.
No, they don't have to watch it. It'll just be there on the comment section.
Well, okay, that's
but also, I tag you in the multiple posts.
Yeah, but it doesn't have the YouTube link.
Yes, it does.
It does. Okay, so if you don't see the link, scroll down my Facebook page. And you should see the deal there where it's got the YouTube for the Raj and Rich show.
You just click on the picture.
But anyway, like I said, the guy, if you did something seriously wrong, okay, you should be kicked out. Regardless, you're retired, you haven't signed in 15 years. There is the chance that one day you may get a hair up your ass. Go, I was going through the shed the other day and I saw my old Amtgard shit and I figured, what the hell? I might come on out and see the boys. The ones I was playing with on so many wrong levels. And because everybody's like, oh, he went away, he's gone, he's never coming back. You can't stop the guy from coming out,
Now, Gobbling, you do have a really good question, saying that shouldn't there be a rule against bullshit about kicking people out just because they don't like them? Well, technically, there is a rule.
Best of luck with that!
But there's also system checks and balances that are within the rules of play for Amtgard. And one of them is that in order for a ban to be passed, it has to have the vote of the monarch, who has to enact it. And the way that it's approved is if either the Kingdom Prime Minister or the Kingdom Guildmaster Reeves has to approve. If neither the KPM or the KGMR approve of the ban...
That rule right there, though, is specific to only a couple kingdoms. KCG was the Prime Minister has to be the first person to go through, and then you're allowed to go through... If they're not available, you can either go through the region or the champion.
Okay.
So you have other options.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. The way that works is that this is what's stated in the rules of play. So therefore, the rules of play trumps whatever else that anything is.
But no, and I understand that. But we're also talking. Look at the example I was bringing up.
Yeah. So, anyways, there is a system of checks and balances in place. But the thing is, because of those checks and balances, if you get the right people in fucking power.
Okay, if I'm king and I don't like you, and I get the right prime minister to run and gets elected during my mid-reign, I could. All we got to do is sit there and go, okay, now let's do it. Hey, congratulations, Goblin Lord, you're now banned, and we're gonna make it a COC 3. We're gonna word this so. And trust me, I took constitution. I have a constitutional law degree, and I do study politics. I know exactly how to word something to me. I could take you stubbed your toe and turn it into a COC 3 violation.
Yes, so can I.
Okay, it's not that difficult to do. So I can write it up as a COC 3, have you banned, have it trigger the treaty, so you're banned in every single kingdom. That's it, unless I'm king here. We didn't sign the treaty.
Correct.
You know, and go through it that way, and now you're kicked out of Amtgard in a hole. And that's all it takes. And if anybody wants to try and tell you that that's not the case, they're full of crap. They really are. Or they are so naive that it's not that like you could sell them oceanfront property in Arizona at that point. That's how ridiculous it is, because I've seen entire kingdoms put into office every one of their friends. Like every one of them was best friends. Which means they can pretty much do whatever they want to whoever they want, whenever they want. I've seen it happen with knightings.
Yes.
And high-level awards. They get a bunch of their buddies in office, and poof, here we go.
Like what's going on with GP right now.
You get a knighthood. You get a knighthood. Everybody gets a knighthood.
Distant, by the way, that old show that it took you to is on the same channel as ours.
It's on the same channel, so if you,
if you go ahead and go to our channel, and there should be a video that's live streaming. If you go ahead and click on the live stream video on our YouTube channel, then that'll take you to us.
Yeah, and there you go.
Yes.
So that's the thing. There is no real checks and balance system. However, one of the things that I'm working on is a proposal. I'm currently writing basically a law book on what is each category, to give a guidebook, because there's a lot of times something will happen and people don't know that it's happened before, because there's also going to be a page where if they ruled that this is a specific offense and it's not in the what is the different categories, there's a reference guide to go back for, so when precedence is set, people can go back to it and refer to it as, hey, well, in this place at this time they ruled this way, and this is relatively close to what we have going on. Yeah. Okay. I'm working on this. It's a project in work. It's going to take a while, but one of the things that I'm working on is breaking down the offenses in Amtgard that could get you COC'd into different categories, so we know that there's a sentencing phase for that punishment. Yeah. Certain things would be automatically banned for life. Certain things will be like 3 months, 6 months, maybe 1 month, things like that. Oh, yeah. So I'm working on these things, and it's going to take a while. But hopefully also in that system will be a system of appeals, how the appellate system should work, and how I want the appellate system to work. And people can argue this all they want, but this is my submission right now. Yes, you can get banned by your own kingdom. Okay. Yes, you have the right, and your first appeal should be by that kingdom. Yes. You should go to your own kingdom and say, hey, look, this didn't happen. Let's discuss this again. If you feel that they have not taken it seriously, and they don't, or if you feel like you're still innocent and they found you guilty a second time, they went through the appeal process, said nope, we're sticking with what we got, then there would be a three king, 3 prime minister panel. Okay, the 3 king, 3 prime minister panel will be 3 kings from 3 separate kingdoms and their prime ministers, and they'll hear your case, and 2 out of the 3 have to agree that you're innocent, or have to agree that you're guilty of what they found you of, and then there's your appeal.
So 2/3 vote.
Okay, 2/3 vote. Now, if that still doesn't work, your final appeal would be to take it to COM.
Okay.
And you can appear before COM and let the entire COM panel decide. Once the COM has decided, it's over. There is no more after that.
I actually like that idea.
And that's an actual appeals process, because there's been a bunch of people who have been kicked out for shit in this game that should not have been kicked out.
Now, here's the thing.
There's people that got lifetime bans for crap, and people who have assaulted other people that only got banned for like a month.
Yeah. So,
which just happened.
Yeah, so with the whole board and everything like that, is it going to be like an online board, or is it going to be a physical board like we did in the Army?
Well, no, unfortunately, it's probably going to be an online board, because it's going to be really difficult to get 3 kings and 3 prime ministers to all meet in one location in order to do this.
Unless it's an IK event.
Or unless it's Texas.
Yeah.
You know, because you have that ability.
We literally have 4 kingdoms all within like a 150-mile radius.
Not 150 miles.
You understand what
I understand what you mean. But compared to like somewhere like the East Coast.
Yeah.
You know, they're all in the same state. You know, that would be, you know, imagine trying to if you put that many kingdoms in the state of Delaware, there would be, no, you could literally walk out the front door of one kingdom and hit the other kingdom with a rock.
Right.
Which would then be a COC.
Yes.
So you'd be banned. But no, but it's something that we're working on in the process of. So, but once again, like I said, you know, this was a discussion. The treaty is not in the ROP.
No.
Okay, it's not at all. Okay. The treaty was done after the current edition that we have and that we're using it as the ROP. The treaty came after that, so it's not in the ROP. Now, if they do a rewrite on the ROP, they may very well put the treaty in. However, it wouldn't be a wise idea, because not every kingdom signed it.
Correct.
So you can't say the treaty is law all the way across the board, because guess what? It's not. It would be like saying that we didn't have a federal law system in the United States, and 48 states said, hey, it's wrong to murder somebody, but 2 states said, hey, look, it's okay to murder somebody. It's not a law of the land, because not every land upholds it.
Correct. So
there you go. There should be a rule that says unless the Amtgarder has actually broken a rule, they cannot be banned from the game. If Amtgarder has broken a rule and you can prove it, they can't be banned. I miss the good old days when you could just go to a park, beat the shit out of each other with foam sticks, and go have a beer or something afterwards. So do I. I remember when we went as a Saracen, we used to go toe to toe with other fighting companies, and all weekend long we call each other names and irritate the ever living hell. But Saturday night after court, we were all sitting there drinking together and getting fucking hammered. You know, because it didn't carry over. We didn't care. You know.
Yeah, people are bullshit and stupid and like to carry grudges for no apparent fucking reason.
Yeah, the bad part is you see it in the Amtgard posts. You see it a lot now in the Amtgard posts on Facebook. And I have to agree, me and God Mode were talking about this the other day. One of the worst and best things that ever happened to Amtgard's Facebook.
Yeah.
It's the best thing because we get information out quickly. We get events out there. People can keep track of events to find out events are going on, not going on, practices, stuff like that. But the bad part about it is everybody and their brother, no matter who they are, gets on Facebook and thinks they should have a voice, no matter how stupid they can be.
Yeah.
And then they get upset when you call them on it.
And one of 2 things is going to happen if you go ahead and call them out on somebody who's trolling and talking shit. One of 2 things that's going to happen is they are going to get so fucking butthurt that they're going to start lashing out and fucking making that whole thread fucking toxic.
And then investigations start, because then reports start getting made going, well, this person offended me. Oh, this person did this. This person did that. I'm triggered.
Yeah. And then the other thing that's going to happen is they're going to backpedal like a motherfucker and be like, oh, well, that's not what I meant. I'm so sorry.
And that's what happened today.
Exactly.
That's exactly what happened today when we called the person, called the person on it and said, hey, the treaty's not in the ROP. Well, somebody else immediately responded for him. Well, that's not what they were saying, and this is what they really meant. And it's like, no, they said the treaty is in the ROP. The words exactly, the treaty is in the ROP. How do you mistake that?
You don't.
How do you misinterpret that? How does that mean something else? I guess it means that the total number of pancakes divided by oranges and multiplied by the size of the roof
is equal to a half cup of boogers.
Because aliens love to wear pants.
Yes.
Okay, new math. I guess that's what it means. I don't know. You ever read some of these word problems they give students today? Jesus, I wouldn't have passed. I wouldn't have graduated from high school if we had some of that crap today.
Yeah. Anyways, moving on from
so
this.
Let's move on. So
we beat this with a dead
we did,
horse.
but there you have it, folks. The treaty is not in the ROP, so we solved that problem. And folks, for those of you watching on Facebook, if you have not switched over to the YouTube channel, which we covered the first story live here on Facebook, so you guys give a teaser of what we're going to talk, things we're going to discover over here. I would, because we still have a whole bunch of Christmas Eve shit to talk about tonight.
Shenanigans.
We've got some funny shit too. We got some really funny shit, so you guys are going to want to go check out the YouTube channel. Especially if you want to hear about Grandma and Grandpa getting busted for transporting across the country and saying, we're giving away Christmas presents.
You're giving it away!
I'm not. That's a spoiler. It's not a spoiler alert. There's more to the story than that.
It's true.
That's only part of it. That's just a highlight of it. Alright, so get yourselves over to the YouTube channel. For those of you who can't go over to the YouTube channel, unfortunately, we're cutting this one short. Because my phone's about to die, which it always does, and we have to kill it. So, ladies and gentlemen, watching at home on Facebook Live, have yourselves a wonderful night. Have a Merry Christmas. Remember, don't forget to eat the cookies you left out for Santa Claus, so that way the kids don't wake up and go, well, why didn't Santa eat them? Because you don't want to answer that awkward question. So, anyway, good night, and we'll see you. We're going to do another one before New Year's, right?
Oh, we'll do another one on New Year's.
Yeah, on New Year's Eve. So, maybe you can count down with us.
Maybe.
Alright, we'll see you guys later. Maybe.
There we go. Hey.
Alright, cool. So now we're back over here to the YouTube channel. Which is where we're going to say, yeah, hit keep. There it is. Alright, now I need to turn my ringer down. I'm surprised. I didn't get a single notification the whole time I was live.
That's awesome.
You know, if we'd have gotten a notification while we were like, Bob, quit. Okay, Bob, stop drinking. Bob drinks all the time.
He does.
So anyway, yeah, so let's move on to the next story about Amtgard. Was there another story about Amtgard, or are we moving on to Monday?
No, we do have another thing about Amtgard. So,
oh yes, this one.
Yes. So this past, I think it was October. Yeah, this past October we had World Banner Wars, which was joint ran by the EH and the Wetlands. Well, it just so happens that all the crats were Wetlanders except for one, and that was a co-gate crat. She was the only co-crat from EH.
Was she the best gate, or was she the best crat ever?
Yes.
You're biased.
No, it's because I helped her.
Oh.
She had a lot of, well, I helped her a lot because, well, I had nothing better to do.
I don't need to know about how you helped her. Nobody needs to know that.
I'm not getting into that.
Okay.
Anyways, so, moving on. Apparently, because of this, the Wetlanders are so friggin' pissed off. They're like, you know what? We are not going to do World Banner Wars anymore. The EH and well, hell, can go ahead and do it by themselves. EH is like, well, guess what? We started this thing, you know, before you guys jumped in, so we'll just take it back and we'll run it better than you.
So there you go, folks. So Wetland is no longer involved with World Banner Wars.
But guess what Wetlands is doing now?
Banning everybody's involved with World Banner Wars.
No. Apparently, Wetlands is now to the point where
they're going to run their own event at the same time, aren't they?
They're going to run their own event close to Spring War.
What the fuck did we do? We're not involved. We just show up, get drunk, and break shit.
So their event that they're planning on hosting, it's called Castlemania. And that's going to be around the same time as Spring War.
And WrestleMania in the WWE. I see some copyright shit happening here. Castlemania! Where you're going to see John Cena versus someone.
Oz.
Yes, versus Oz. In a light the hell in a cell on fire with a rabid guinea pig chainsaw massacre match.
Something.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Sunday at Castlemania.
So now, my guess is that Wetlands is trying to put their big boy or big girl panties or pants on. Be like, look!
Castle fucking Mania? I mean, seriously, people? That's the best we got?
So they're trying to make their own Kingdom event, which they're hoping to go ahead and turn into an IK event.
Not happening.
Around the same time as Spring War.
Castlemania. Yamish is War Chief considered a Knight's title thing, or I'm going to offend somebody? Oh, okay. No, War Chief is not considered a Knight's title in the game of Amtgard. It's not really anything in the game of Amtgard. You may, if anything, you might upset Saracen.
Well, there's a player whose name is War Chief. So.
No, you're fine. No, stay on topic with this, okay, Chief? Castlemania?
Castle fucking Mania!
I don't know.
If you can't tell, he's very passionate about wrestling.
Well, no, it's not just that. Castle fucking Mania.
That's the name of my fucking house.
That's the best we got? And we're going to make an IK event out of this? Right next to Spring War. The fuck did CK do to you?
It's probably because
we've upheld all of your bullshit bans.
It's probably because, you know, we pissed off Muskrat.
Who cares? Castlemania? Is this what we've come to?
I guess so.
What's next? What's next? We're gonna have what the Tostitos Chips Knights Bowl? What is that next?
That would be kind of cool, though.
That would be. It's like the tournament they have at SKBC is now called the Tostitos Knights Bowl.
There you go.
But if we hold it in Arizona, we got to call it something else, because then they'll get us for copyright.
Yeah. So, in essence, you know, Wetlands is all like, well, you know, we're going to do our own thing, and they're probably going to fall on their face, but it's okay, because CK will be there to help pick you up and take your people.
Damn Castlemania, that's the best. It sounds like Castlevania. Every time I say it, I think of that old-ass Nintendo game.
I like Castlevania. By the way, Goblin, an IK event means Inter-Kingdom.
Spring War, Clan, Banner Wars, Keep.
Mame,
Olympiad.
Yeah.
You know, you were there for, I believe you went to Olympiad when KCG hosted it.
Known World War.
Known World War. They're IK events. There's a lot of IK events. It just, some of them are, the popularity goes in waves. Like, right now, Keep is still the thing.
Yes.
Okay.
And Known World War is picking up steam as well.
Okay, but eventually Keep will slow down.
Yes. And
Known World War will become the thing. And then Known World War will start to drop down while Spring War comes back.
Well, Spring War used to be really high, and then it went really low, and now we're starting to pick back up again.
Yeah. So, you know, it goes in waves. You know, Olympiad doesn't fall into that category because it rotates.
Yes.
Most of the ones we're talking about are static events, meaning they don't go anywhere. They're hosted by a specific kingdom or specific kingdoms. Olympiad rotates and it moves around the world. So when it does that, Olympiad's never considered on that list on whether or not it's popular or not. It just depends on which kingdom has it, whether or not people like them or not. So, you know, so Olympiad could have a great turnout one year, have like 800 people. The next year it only have 150 because, well, nobody likes that kingdom and wants to go there. But they won the bid.
Right.
So, it just tells you that you want to be a popular fucking kingdom when you get Olympiad, because you can make a shit ton of money off of that event. Crap loads of money and get a lot of people to your kingdom to boost your kingdom.
Yes. And it might be looking like CK might have Olympiad, not Spring War 2018, but Spring War 2019.
Which I'm putting a bid in for.
Yeah?
I am. I'm going to put a bid in to Autocrat Spring War 2019.
I'll help you, Autocrat.
Didn't get it in time this year.
Yes.
So, I've got the bid already written out. It's just, I didn't get it in this year, so I'll have to make some adjustments for next year.
Well, since Chris is not going to do anything else for this fucking kingdom, you have a better chance now.
I do. So there you go. So I mean that's what our news for Wetlands and what they've done. So if you're a World Banner Wars attendee and you like to go rather frequently, you'll notice that next year's World Banner Wars will be missing a few key features, like Wetlanders doing things. So, there you go. The good news is, since wetlanders are no longer backing it, and if you've been banned into wetlands, and it's not a treaty-endorsing thing, guess what? You can go back to World Banner Wars. So for some of y'all out there, it was a good thing.
Alright, so moving on to mundane stuff.
Yes, mundane stuff. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we're now going to switch topics and move on to the real world. You know, that place that happens outside your grandmother's basement when you're not logged into your computer.
Yes.
There isn't a world out there, folks. It's scary as hell. Get back in your grandmother's basement. Trust me, I'm in it every day. It's horrible. I work in South Austin, for crying out loud.
And I live in South Austin.
Yes, Goblin Lord, I am still a Saracen, hence the...
That doesn't say Saracen, that says Sari Can.
No, that bitch, that says Saracen. Right
no,
there.
but his says Sari Can.
Well, he can't spell. He's a good guy. He's a good guy, okay? I know what he meant. This is one of those situations where somebody typed something and it came out weird, but we know what he meant.
I know, I'm just a douche.
Okay. We can't go Amtgard Facebook page on it.
Anyway, so moving on. So, our first mundane topic of the night is...
brought up by me because this fucking pissed me off the other night when I was in Walmart. I'm angry. And what I'm pissed off about is, can we at least wait till a fucking holiday is over before we start advertising other fucking holidays in the store?
You missed one.
Did I?
Look right above it.
Alright, we'll move on. We'll do that one next.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, I jumped out of line.
He's very passionate about this.
For some reason, my brain was clicked on. That's the thing that says between Amtgard and Mundane. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But I walked into Walmart 2 nights ago. I wanted to get this man a gift. I wanted to get this man a Christmas present. And I thought, you know, it'd be cool getting one of those cool mugs with the hot cocoa mix shit in them and all that. Those things are always really nifty. And so I went to go look for one. And in Walmart, they keep them in the food aisle over by the seasonal candy sections and stuff like that. So we go over there. They don't have it. Guess what the fuck they got in the aisle?
What do they have, Rich?
Valentine's Day shit. We're not even in fucking January yet. And we're already promoting.
And Easter.
And they had Easter shit in there too. Easter isn't until fucking April, people. Valentine's Day ain't even until fucking February. Okay? We're not even in the fucking month of January. We already got shit that's going on. I'm pretty fucking soon. They're going to start selling swimming pools and little fucking floaty fucking ducks. Okay, what the fuck is your problem here? It's like I went to go buy Halloween shit a week before Halloween. Oh no, merry old fucking Saint Nick was saying hello to my ass as I walked through the fucking door.
Easy, Vinny Linguini.
God.
Easy, Vinny Linguini.
You know, we covered that in one of our other stories, one of our other podcasts there. Goblin. No, I don't get it. Why the hell we got to jump that far ahead? And I read the article that you read, and it said, well, according to customer polling, we have found out that people actually enjoy it when we start selling Easter stuff in December. Who? Morons that can't remember when Easter is, so they get it done now? You realize what's going to happen. Go ahead. Go ahead and buy an entire fucking Easter basket right now. Open that shit Easter morning and eat it. Tell me how that shit's going to taste. Because unless you put it in a lay-down freezer the entire time, your shit's going to be stale. It's nasty. Not to mention the fact, if I go buy me a 3-foot, 3-pound fucking chocolate Easter bunny, that bitch ain't making it to fucking Easter.
Right?
Yeah, I'm going to eat the motherfucker before we get to New Year's. Okay? I mean, it's just stupid. This is absolutely stupid that we're doing this shit. I mean, my God, I haven't eaten my big titty angel cookie yet. Well, I've gotten it. Saint Nick has not squeezed his fat ass into my air conditioning vents.
Don't forget your anatomically correct gingerbread cookie.
Gingerbread cookie with a penis. You think I'm playing? He has a penis. We're probably going to get our YouTube channel shut down now. Hey, look, I put fake titties in a broad and that didn't work out so hot, so I figured fake titties in a cookie might do me a little better.
Oh, was that a hit on your ex-wife?
No, me and her, well, we were friends. She didn't talk to me anymore.
Oh, that sucks.
I guess I was being a creeper. I guess sending her messages every day going, I still love you and I want to come back. Creeped her out.
Wasn't it because you paid like $4,000 for her new breasts?
No.
Oh.
Alright, so that went to an incredibly dark and awkward moment, ladies and gentlemen. But seriously, if you're watching this show and you're a fucking store manager, okay, you run the store, you're the director of the store, okay, not a manager, manager's fucking in charge of the section. If you're the store director, and somebody says, hey, by the way, we're gonna get the Easter stuff in. Motherfucker, it's December 1st. Slow your roll, coachies. Slow your roll, sir. Sorry, coachies could be determined as derogatory. Seriously, that's fucking ridiculous. Has anybody else that's watching walked in and saw... How many times have you gotten irritated with we hadn't even made a thing? I mean, I get we put Christmas decorations up before Thanksgiving. Because what happens the day after Thanksgiving?
Everything goes on sale. Everything
goes on fucking sale, and you might as well just put the decorations and shit in now because people are just going to trample over it like cattle when you set it up on... You try to set it up midnight of Thanksgiving going into Black Friday. Okay? But I saw Christmas shit being advertised and sold in September.
So did I.
This year. We're not even October. Still got Halloween, which is the second largest retail holiday of the year. Next to Christmas.
Yes.
Halloween's number 2. Okay? So, I mean, it's fucking ridiculous. You know, Easter is and somebody's going to say, well, I thought Easter was. Easter runs a close third to Halloween. I think the only reason why Easter doesn't roll as much or run much in retail as Halloween, costumes and decorations. People buy a lot more costumes and decorations for Halloween than they do
on top of that,
Easter.
that's where everybody gets their props too for a lot of different things.
Yeah, because some stores only sell like certain props that like you want to do in theatricals and shit between the end of August to the very end of October, and then they quit selling it for another year. It's like some of my Halloween costumes I can only buy from August to Halloween or to October 30th.
Yes.
I can't buy it any time of the year. So, I mean, that's why Halloween is registered as the number 2 retail day of the year, or retail holiday. Black Friday, of course, is the number 1 retail day of the year.
Followed by Christmas.
Followed by Christmas Eve.
Yes, Christmas.
Christmas Eve is the second highest retail holiday of the year, retail day of the year. Do you know what's the worst retail day of the year? The day after Christmas.
Yes.
Is the worst retail day of the entire year because
Boxing Day.
30% of what's bought for people for Christmas presents, 30%.
It's bought the day after Christmas.
Or it's returned for a refund. Like, people give receipts. Like, I don't put my receipts in the box when I give people Christmas presents to be a dick. So if you don't fucking like it, you can't take it back to Walmart and say, I don't like it. Because I even take the tags off. So when you get it, you're stuck with it. If it don't fit you, fucking find somebody smaller. Or get some...
It's like herpes, the gift that keeps on giving.
Or get Jenny Craig. I don't care. If it doesn't fucking fit you, you're stuck with it. You're not returning my shit. I hate that. I got shit. I did not immediately march back in the store and go, yeah, I don't fucking like this. I need something else. The only time it is people bought me clothes and they said, hey, the tag and the receipt's in there in case it doesn't fit.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm one of those honest fuckers that will actually go find the replacement in my size. I don't just go, well, just give me a gift card with the money that it's worth on there so I can go buy booze.
Yeah.
You know.
Right,
I thought about it, but I didn't.
So, moving on.
Moving on!
So apparently there's a new derogatory term that's going and spreading around this Christmas.
And I'm pretty sure whoever identifies themselves as a pirate is probably going to get offended and they're not going to be able to use this.
So apparently, because there's been a huge string of thefts of packages that have been left on people's porches by the mailing company and everything like that.
Mostly, the higher percentage of it has been Amazon.
Yes.
Amazon stuff.
So, because of that, the new term is called Porch Pirates.
Porch Pirates, yes, that's right. As a FedEx guy, I was a FedEx guy and I worked in Lake Tahoe, California and Nevada, for many, many years delivering packages, and I used to have to sit there and watch in my rear view during this time of year to see if there was people following me, because either one, it's our terminal manager being a creeper and deciding to make sure we're doing our job, or it's somebody stealing shit. And I had like 11 packages on my route one day, all showed up saying you never delivered them. They found that guy. They found that guy that day, okay? Because he tried to steal a package off of the front porch of the South Lake Tahoe PD Chief's front door.
What an idiot.
Did not realize this guy has probably one of the most surveillance-covered properties ever. Like, this dude has cameras that point down the road that don't even aim at his house. Okay? I've been to the guy's house. I've delivered to the guy, okay? And he told me one day, we were sitting there going, yeah, it's just if anything ever happens to you, somebody's following you, bring them to my yard. And I'm like, why? He goes, dude, I got cameras there. I got cameras over there. I got cameras on my chimney. I got cameras in that tree. You can't even see them. I drilled a hole in the tree. I'm like, what? And he walks over, and sure as shit, he drilled a hole about as big around as a fucking camera sitting in it. Okay? That guy could see everything. He could tell you if the International Space Station is a quarter of a degree off course when it orbits, or when the Earth turns underneath it because it's stationary. Yeah. Okay. So I'm like, wow, dude, seriously. So yeah. So the thing is,
stop stealing shit.
Yeah. Oh, but I do like what they've come out with. There's been two.
Porch Pirates.
Porch Pirates. That ranks right in there with Butt Pirates.
Yeah.
Which that's going to probably get us a negative mark on our YouTube channel right there. Derogatory term. But anyway, there's two inventions have sprung up. Well, one of them's not a new invention. They just figured out how to adapt it to a box. Glitter bombs have become the thing. Get an Amazon box, don't secure it real good. And that way when they come up to open, because a lot of times they'll open the box first to make sure it's something they want to take, because if it's closed, what the fuck's the point?
Yeah.
Glitter bomb. Because you know what? How hard is it to give a description? Well, I don't really have a description. Well, do you have any idea? Well, the motherfucker looks like he went to an all-you-can-eat buffet at a strip club. He is glittered from head to toe. He literally looks like he's trying out to be a legitimate elf.
Glitter, the herpes of the craft world.
Right. Okay. And then the second one, they have one where you get the box, and inside of it, it has a sensor that when you pick it up, once you activate it, it makes there's a slide cock sound for a shotgun. Okay. So you hear that shk, shk, and if you don't immediately put it back down on the button, it goes about 3 seconds, and then a very loud, audible shotgun blast goes off.
That's hilarious.
They have video out there on YouTube, if you search it out, where a guy had one of these, and the dude picks up, and you hear it, and the guy freezes. Doesn't put it down, just sits there and holds it, and then you hear the blast. The guy throws the package, trips over this railing, takes 2 or 3 headers in the front yard trying to get the hell out. Okay? That's on one of them. There's several videos to this on YouTube. It's fucking awesome. I plan on getting one next year. I'm going to have one next year, so that way, I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty sure, though, if the Postal Service delivers it, they'll just drop it and break it. Our postal lady sucks. I've ordered packages for Christmas, and she'll come up, she'll bang on our door like she's going to break it, and then just go right on the ground. You know, so be careful when you ship shit. Some of these people don't give a fuck.
So, moving on.
There we go. Moving on. And, in the words of Uncle Rob, and then...
Spellaccio! Spellaccio means mangy in Italian. Well, apparently... a little Italian. So, apparently, because of this, there is a tree that is now called the mangy tree that is in the Plaza Venezia that costs $57,000 fucking dollars.
And you know, you think $57,000 tree, you're like, hey, that's gonna be a fucking amazing, gorgeous tree.
It looks like a fucking toilet brush.
It makes the Charlie Brown Christmas tree look like a full, blossoming, beautiful Christmas tree.
It really does. Apparently, it's adorned with 6,000 silver-colored orbs. And it is a fir. It's a fir tree. But apparently, there are so many pine needles and brittle branches that are missing from this thing that it looks horrendous, especially if you compare this tree that's in the Plaza Venetia in Rome,
right down the street in the Vatican now,
to the tree that's in St. Peter's Square in Vatican City. It's a damning comparison. It's so bad. And it's so bad that the people of Rome are like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Can't we just import one from America?
It's...
I mean, sir, Donald Trump, if you're watching our show, because I know you do, you regular our show, you've tweeted about things we've said, okay? Donald Trump, as a gesture of goodwill from us to the Roman people, please, God, send them a tree. We have got forests and forests. Hell, go to California and take one out. It might less shit to burn. Okay? And send them a new tree and say, this is a gift from our people to you.
Apparently, this tree is so bad that people that live in this area are like, you know what? This tree actually symbolizes how we feel.
Let's make Rome great again. Let's get them a new tree.
Mara?
Yeah, let's get them a new tree.
Let's get them a new tree.
Make Rome great again.
It only costs us like $100 in shipping.
Will it cost us only $100 if we go down to like Uncle Joe's Christmas tree tent? Get one that's got the roots in it.
Yeah.
So we got to ship that. It's only $100 to ship that.
Maybe, I don't know. If we do it ourselves, yes.
I mean, if we get on a boat, I mean, it won't be there before Christmas. I mean, that's tomorrow.
No, yeah, no, it won't get there in time. But
I don't think we can catch a cargo plane to Rome right now.
No.
So they'll get it next year.
Next year.
Yeah. So maybe the Raj and Riz show will help make it a better place.
So moving on.
Moving on
to something that is.
We can only drive that one so far before it went way off the cliff.
And this is something that is actually absolutely fucking amazing that he brought up a little bit earlier.
Okay, so Grandma and Grandpa. Okay. Okay. We will give complete credit to Raquelia for this story brought to the Raj and Rich desk. Evidently, Grandma and Grandpa living in California decided they wanted to gift their family members the gift of eternal, or well, not eternal, but a gift of lasting peace. And when I say a gift of lasting peace, I mean comes in the form of green. You roll it up, you smoke it, or you stick it in a bowl or in a bong. In fact, $336,000 worth of it was found in these 80-year-old couple's vehicle, claiming that they were Christmas presents.
It was 60 pounds of high-grade marijuana.
High-grade shit. Not low-grade, not the shit you get from Ramon that's selling out of the Cadillac with no wheels on it. No, we're talking high-grade shit.
So apparently, Patrick and Barbara Giron was driving through Nebraska.
Yes, and they got pulled over by a cop because they
forgot to use their turn signal and decided to ride in the center lane.
You know, if you're carrying that much illegal shit, at least obey the traffic laws.
So when the cop pulled him over and everything like that, you know, they were 80 and 83. The cop went up and exclaimed that he smelled something that smelled like fresh marijuana. Not something that you've been smoking or anything, but it smelled like it was fresh.
Because there is two different smells.
Yes, there is. So, looks in the back, and there's 60 pounds of it in the back of this Toyota Tacoma. So when he
most
asked
of
him,
it not even covered up, it's just sitting there.
So he asked him, why do you have all of this? And Patrick replied, well, we're planning on giving it as Christmas gifts. Nonchalantly.
There's a lot of fucking people in this country that wish that Patrick and Barbara were their grandparents. Just tell you that right now. There's a lot of people that wish that Patrick and Barbara were their grandparents right now.
Speaking of gifts.
Yes, and speaking of gifts, we're now going to move on from that story
to what we found is the ridiculous top gifts for the states that have been found.
We picked only a couple of these. They went through all 50 of them, and some were not as ridiculous as they seemed. They said it was ridiculous. The top selling gifts and ridiculous gifts of the country, and they really weren't. But we did find a couple that were a little ridiculous.
So apparently, in the state of Alabama, If you live in Alabama, I'm sorry this actually happens to you. But apparently,
I'm not.
The top bought Christmas gift of 2017 for the state of Alabama is
Gorilla Duct Tape. That's right. What better way to say, hey, I love you, family. Here's a box of Gorilla Tape.
No, just a roll.
Oh, single rolls. Single rolls are number one.
And they're only about $5 a pop.
Wow, way to be cheap asses. Well, actually, no. Being cheap asses would be buying the 87-cent duct tape roll at Walmart.
No, that's not
it
even...
It doesn't stick to shit.
That's not even duct tape. That's 100-mile-per-hour tape.
But it's labeled as duct tape when you look at the barcode underneath. It's duct tape. It's like, this ain't fucking duct tape.
No, it's shit.
You cannot effectively duct tape your your friend's butt cheeks together with that shit. It'll come right off. It won't even pull the hair out.
That's why you go for the Gorilla stuff.
You go with the Gorilla stuff. That way, it requires a fucking doctor to get it off.
Fucking pry bar.
That makes the practical joke even better, folks. Now, don't try this at home, okay? Do it at a sporting event. It's even better.
Now, for the state of Montana, the top-rated Christmas gift for 2017 is
3M particulate respirators.
20-pack.
20 packs.
A 20-pack of fucking respirators is the top-selling Christmas gift in the state of Montana.
Yeah, because everybody in Montana needs to just talk to each other like this, I guess. I don't fucking know. Why? Why would you even give that as a fucking Christmas present? That's like I get it, a running joke, like if you got an old lady, and like for a Christmas present, you wrap up a bag of tampons or something. Okay, as a joke. As a joke, it's a joke gift, okay? If this is a joke, this is the most well pulled off joke in sales and retail ever. Because it's number one for sales. I bet the guy that works at 3M that runs that division that makes those is just sitting there going, never in a million years did I ever think December would be our busiest fucking month. Usually it's every other month. This is when construction sites close down.
Right.
I mean, I know. I have the shit I deliver all month long. I can't deliver because they shut the construction sites down. And I bet the poor guy at 3M's like, this is when I usually take my vacation because it's the slowest time of the year for us. Now they're denying it because we're selling millions of the fucking things. Wait a minute, they're all going to Montana. This is X-Files shit. I think it's aliens. I think it's aliens. Somebody get Mulder and Scully.
Oh, no, we can't do that anymore because the Pentagon closed off their UFO investigation.
Oh, they did.
In 2012.
Is that another story, or did we pass on that?
No, we passed on that.
We did pass on that.
Yeah. No, so now the final one that we're going to cover for the most ridiculous
This is the one that I consider one of the most ironic.
So the top Christmas gift for 2017 for the state of Hawaii is
Disney's Moana.
Fucking Moana in Hawaii.
Let some of y'all people let that soak in for a second.
In case you don't understand the context of this.
Okay, what are the people that are portrayed in the series Moana, in the movie Moana? What are they?
They are Polynesian.
Okay, what are the people? What is the What was the native people of Hawaii?
They were not Polynesian.
You don't know. You're drawing a blank, aren't you? Samoans.
Samoan. Yeah.
Okay. Went to war with each other a lot. Very, very brutal. Like, they didn't take captives. They mutilated and tortured them in front of their own people. And that's the number one selling item. That's the number one selling item in Hawaii.
It's almost as bad as the Mayans and the Aztecs.
Right? Imagine us making a Disney movie with the Aztecs and then the Mayan people, if they were still here.
Well, we did make a movie about the... Disney did make a movie about the Mayan people.
Wasn't that what Atlantis was really about?
No, it was El Dorado.
Oh, that's right, El Dorado. Yeah. It was the other ones that they kind of based it Atlantis was after, even though they're like, well, they're their own people.
Yes.
But they really based them around the Mayan people.
Yes, they did.
When you look at how it was based off of, it was really based off of the Mayans. Okay? But that would be then the Aztecs buying a shitload of them thinking it's the greatest movie ever. Even though that was the people they were at war with. Or better yet, the Mayans and the Aztecs suddenly going nuts and buying a whole bunch of a whole bunch of the Christopher Columbus movies, you know, in the Spanish.
Oh God.
That would be even more. That would be even more ironic because the Spanish are the reason why why they don't exist.
Yeah.
Okay, because they conquered them over the mythical gold. Okay, so Polynesian movie being bought out by Samoans. Are they like just collecting while they're going to be a big bonfire or something with them? Richard, go to your room.
That would make a lot more
I
sense.
didn't even realize he was here. You're supposed to be sleeping. Santa Claus doesn't squeeze his fat butt through the door unless if you're awake. Sorry.
His kid.
But I mean, but seriously, I mean that's
Bonfire.
I guess. Bonfire. Hey, look! If you can see it from space. He had to go potty. Trying to be a dad and running a live show. It has its moments. Alright, so let's move on to the next one.
So, speaking of Christmas.
Yes, we do have some Christmas stories.
So, apparently, in New York City.
And yeah, in New York, by the way, that was where Kelly crawling through to try and find out if the little guy had to go to the bathroom.
No respect.
Alright, so anyway, there's a lawsuit in New York City, and the reason why is the attorney is suing the neighbor across the street for playing Christmas music. Now, it's Christmas.
It is Christmas.
Okay.
And, you know, having...
Sorry.
Alright, so anyway, at Christmas time, you expect Christmas music. Even as soon as Black Friday hits and I'm delivering stuff, I expect to walk into stores and when people open up their door and Christmas music to be playing. I get it.
Yeah, of course.
But I only got to deal with it for a couple minutes.
Yes.
Okay. Evidently, this lady across the street from this lawyer
had this huge setup. You know, sign and stuff and everything like that was blaring
which
Christmas
is fine.
music.
Which is,
fine.
The setup is fine.
It's fine to have a display.
However,
this is where it gets pretty fucking hairy.
For 16 hours a day, she's been blasting Christmas music as loud as she could possibly blast it.
From 7 a.m. to midnight.
And it's
every day.
And it's not even the cool Christmas music. It's not like Ben Crosby and Elvis Presley. No, it's the fucking elevator music, Christmas music. Like Kenny G.
Yeah.
Constantly. Like, how they haven't had a mass shooting over there yet is amazing.
So because this, you know, this attorney in New York City actually lives across from this.
He's filed a lawsuit.
Yes.
Getting her to stop. Now, supposedly, since he's done this, she has quit doing it.
Yes.
So, evidently, it has worked.
Thank God.
Because, like I said, I get it. And, like, every once in a while, you ride in a car with somebody who likes Christmas music, and they'll put on the radio station, the soft rock station that plays Christmas music during Christmas.
Yeah.
Okay, I
that's
get
perfectly
that.
okay.
I get that. It's not my cup of tea, but okay. But to have a neighbor sit there and play for 16 hours a day at complete top decibel level, I'm surprised that the police haven't shut it down.
Yeah.
Because I know New York cops. They can. I love them. I have friends that are New York cops. Okay, but they can be dicks. And they come out there playing Yuletide fucking music at 160 fucking decibels across the street. They're gonna shut the shit down unless you got a permit for a concert.
Exactly.
I usually disagree wholeheartely when people are suing to stop other people from exercising their right to celebrate holidays. By the way, we had a minor earthquake in studio right there. We are okay. Everything is okay. So anyhow, I get that, but I'm for this lawsuit. I think this is ridiculous.
I think you pissed her off.
I think he probably hit on her like one too many times because like next week he'll be on CNN for sexual harassment charges.
Probably.
Just about everybody else is. Look, sounds like somebody's having a stiff drink over here already.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on.
She's trying to get your attention.
I saw that.
Yeah, because, you know, we're not running a show, right?
Oh, yes, you do this story. You found this story.
I'm joking, Rachel! It's okay! Anyways.
I can't hear out of my right ear anymore. It's gone.
So.
What I want for Christmas is a hearing aid now.
All I want for Christmas is...
Thank God it's plastic. I've had too much strength, sir. Stop it. Stop making it. Can I have something to wipe this up with? I got it all over my...
We're having technical difficulties in the show room.
Hey, it's my first spill on my brand new tunic.
Oh, God.
It's been broken in now. At least it wasn't semen. So, out of the fire and into the barbecue.
Yes, out of
That's
the fire.
right. It's a story for Texas, right here.
Out of the fire.
Except it didn't happen in America.
No. Out of the fire and onto the barbecue. We decided to go ahead and run this piece because it was too fucking hilarious.
Oh, God, it's fucking hilarious.
It's too fucking hilarious to not pass up. We figured, hey, you know, after something as fucking horrible and shitty as what happened with Christmas music going on for 16 fucking hours, we decided to go ahead and tell you something that was fucking hilarious. So apparently, this farmer in the UK wanted to thank the UK firefighters for helping him save his young pigs from a fire by giving the firefighters sausages made out of those same pigs.
The fire department went and rescued these pigs. Evidently, there was a big fire, and they risked their lives saving these pigs. And the farmer invited him out and said, "Hey, come out here. I got to thank you. By the way, I like those sausages. They were fucking live when you pulled them out of that building." Just imagine you're sitting there going, "Man, these sausages are great. A little smoky, but they're good." And they're like, "Wait a minute. John, where's those fucking pigs we saved? We should take a photograph with them." They're currently working their way through your digestive system. God. My question is, and I wish reporters would follow up with a little less seriousness, because we may find more to the story. Did he tell them, "Hey, thanks for saving those pigs, now I can cook a dinner for you"? Did he let them know before or after?
It was after.
It's like eating Scrapple. You never tell anybody the ingredients till after they've eaten it and they've enjoyed it.
I like Scrapple.
So do I. But anybody who's never tried it before, you don't dare tell them the ingredients before they eat it. You let them eat it and go, "Wow, this shit's great. It's like kind of like sausage." "Yeah, what's in it?" "Well, you know that, you ever wondered what they do with the rest of the fucking pig that they can't use at a slaughterhouse? You just ate it. Just so you know. All of it. Except the brain." Well, no, even some Scrapple places have the brains.
Yeah, sometimes. Alright, so moving
on.
on.
Tastes good.
So moving on, going back to stateside.
Going back to the United States.
So here's something that's a little what the fuck for you.
What the fuck were you thinking on the Raj and Rich show? We need a little dun dun dun. What the fuck were you thinking?
I wasn't.
No, it wasn't us.
No. So apparently, a man in Florida gets arrested for a stick figure drawing.
People getting too sensitive about stick figures.
A fucking stick figure drawing. This dude gets arrested for one.
He got arrested for making a stick figure drawing. That fucking bastard.
But
what about those people that have the apps where you can kill a fucking stick man all day long? They should get arrested too.
So apparently, the real reason why is because he made a stick figure drawing of a school shooting.
The fuck?
On this kid's homework.
You know, you're supposed to help your kids with your homework, not possibly get them expelled from every school system in America.
Yes. So apparently, Robert Paul Alexander Edwards, who is the age of 33, from Mexico Beach, Florida. Apparently, I know, he has like 4 fucking names. And lives in Mexico Beach, Florida.
Shocking.
So apparently,
crazy people come from Florida.
So apparently, he made a stick figure drawing, and I saw it. It's actually pretty fucking good.
It wasn't low quality stick figure like I draw. That's why I tell people I don't enter arts and science.
This dude would have gotten Master Dragon for this.
He would have. He would have won a Dragon Master with this stick figure drawing. So, very accurately detailed, except for the people.
It had the school, and the school had
flames coming out of
the windows and everything like that.
A dude with an AK-47.
And there was a line of stick figures. 2 of them were already down in what looked like a pool of blood.
One dude that was on fire going, ouch, ouch, it burns.
And then right next to the shooter with the gun, it said, pew, pew, pew.
Yes.
And with a sign that said school.
Yes.
So apparently because it was on this kid's homework, and they're not saying that it is his kid or somebody else's kid, we don't know.
Okay, why would his drawings be on someone else's kid's homework? Unless
it might be...
Does he drive a white van around that has free candy spray painted on the side of it?
He might work for a daycare center. Like a Montessori school. You never know.
There's no explanation it could give that would justify why he... Unless, like a nephew?
Maybe?
Maybe a nephew or a niece?
Maybe
That's the crazy uncle that nobody likes to talk about. Got the kids that day?
So apparently the cops actually went ahead, looked at this. I was like, no, the kid didn't do it. It was this guy.
Yeah, because the stick figures were not politically correct, so there's no way it was children in our current school system. Because pew pew is not politically correct.
So apparently...
An AK-47 is not American made.
It's not.
So if it was an AR-15, then they could say, well, it's possible now. It could be a kid in the United States.
Yeah. So apparently, he got arrested for threatening with the school shooting.
Yeah, it was a threatening to inflict mass harm.
Yes.
Threatening endangerment of children, and like 3 or 4 other things.
Yeah, something like that. So right now he's currently in jail, and
shit.
He's on, what is it? So they're saying that his court date's going to be January 2nd.
What?
Yeah, his court date is January 2nd.
The fuck has court the day after New Year's?
I don't know, but his court date's January 2nd, and they're saying he's possibly facing 15 years in jail plus a $10,000 fine.
Okay, why the $10,000 fine, 15 years in jail? Not the $10,000. Make it $1 million. I mean, if it's 15 years in jail, fucking make it 10 grand and 15 years in jail. You'll have the 10 grand fine paid off in the first 6 months or the first year. Yes. Because when you go to prison and you have a fine, they know you're not going to be able to pay it off when you get out. Yes. So your first however long you're in, until that's paid off, all your work detail money goes to paying that fine off.
Yes.
Just like those people go child support, go to prison. They're in prison forever how much they owe, because that's how long they figure it's going to take for you to pay it off.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What the fuck are you thinking? Hey, let me just draw on my kids' schoolwork, fucking school on fire, and here's little Jimmy and little Amy, they're bleeding. And we're going to use blue, so that way nobody can say that he was only shooting black kids using a black pen, where you blue, it's neutral. And then there's another one that's on fire, you know, and this one's got an AK-47 going pew pew pew, because that was the smart fucking thing to do.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, so, speaking of a little side note story, you know, there's certain homeowner associations where you're not allowed to have a sign that says Jesus and it be lit up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, that was a thing today too. Evidently, homeowners association says it's a violation because it's a sign, and you can't have signage without permits. Why I don't live in a homeowners association and refuse to do so? For those of you who do, I feel sorry for you.
So, sticking to Florida news.
Yes, because evidently Florida is a thing.
Apparently, a Florida woman gets a DUI for riding drunk. And it's not the kind of riding that you think that you get drunk with.
Now, in Florida, we know that Florida has the 3rd highest amount of DUIs of any other state in the country. 3rd highest, next to California and Texas.
Yes.
Go figure.
So apparently, 53-year-old Donna Byrne was riding her horse drunk.
Which, believe it or not, even when I was a cop, it was in Nevada law.
Yes.
Operating a horse while drunk consists a DUI.
Yes. So apparently what happened was she was riding down the highway with her horse, and a lot of people called in saying she looked confused, possibly in danger, didn't know what was
singing
going on.
out loud, "I want to be a cowboy" by that one band that nobody
No, it should have been a cowboy.
That's country music. I was thinking something further back to help.
Oh, Kid Rock.
No.
Because I want to be a cowboy.
No. I was thinking Far East Movement.
Oh!
That one where their whole video is like the whole mirror screen thing where their arms and shit are going at.
Yeah.
It's an acid trip watching
this. Jesus.
Yeah, I was trying to go in a Wayback Machine to help tease the memory of our old people that are watching.
So apparently, when the police went ahead and pulled her over, they got her off the horse and gave her a breathalyzer test. She blew a .161, which is twice the normal level of .08.
Not normal level. It is twice this. If you cross this line, you're intoxicated.
It's twice the intoxication level.
Yeah, it's twice the legal limit. Legal limit is below .08. .08 and up is you're drunk.
Well, she was twice over.
She was over that by twice, and poor Trigger didn't know where the fuck they were going. They just didn't. He didn't know.
Yeah. So because of that, she was charged with DUI and animal neglect. Now, here's the funny thing. She has priors.
Lots of them.
She has 5 felonies and 10 misdemeanors consisting of animal cruelty, possession of drugs, probation violation, and criminal traffic.
This makes me wish I bought that dinosaur costume now.
Do you know what you should have bought?
Well, the sales lady from China that was trying to sell... You know those big-ass dinosaur costumes that people are actually up inside that look realistic?
Yeah.
This is one of their salespeople.
Oh.
And she just wished me... And I told her I couldn't afford it at this time, but I would look at her... I would talk to her later, and she just sent me a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Aww.
That's fucking awesome. Talk about customer service, and she's Chinese. I wonder if she's single.
Anyways, moving on.
Yeah, so, yeah, and that reminded me of a story, there's one of my ex-wives, that reminded me of a story, though, when I was in law enforcement. I had a guy that I actually arrested. Why did I do that? I had a guy that I ended up having to arrest for DUI because he was riding down a hill in a shopping cart.
Really?
Drunk. I think he was a 1.9 when we did the breathalyzer test. And, yeah, so... We had to arrest him because technically he is operating in a wheeled vehicle and he was intoxicated.
And he was trying to go home.
And I stopped. When I got him at the bottom of the hill, I looked down and said, dude, what the fuck are you doing? And he goes, I'm just trying to go home. I'm like, oh, God.
You can't make this shit up.
Get in the fucking... I didn't even put cuffs on him. I just opened the door. Get out of the car, get into the car. Then I took him down to the station. We did the breathalyzer right there at booking just to verify. And yeah, sure shit. He was... Dude, I could smell it when I rolled down the window of the car because I pulled up next to him. I didn't even get out. I did. I rolled down the window, looked right over. I said, what the fuck are you doing? And then it was like, as soon as I did that, I could definitely tell he had been drinking a lot.
So, moving on to our next story. We're coming over here to Texas now.
Yes, our lovely home state that we live in. Go ahead.
M.I.
Is it? God damn it. Aha, there it is. I'm having issues over here operating the phone system. Damn, lucky bitch.
You look like you're about to take a dick in the mouth.
We got, what is that? Brock Lesnar, The Undertaker, John Cena. Is that another Roman Reigns? You got 2 Roman Reigns now? What the hell? Is that Roman Reigns?
It is.
Oh, that is Roman Reigns. Ah, that's...
Okay, so thanks for going ahead and pulling us away from the show.
I've offered multiple times.
So getting back to San Antonio.
Okay, so in San Antonio, Texas, see, you guys all know about the whole deal about renaming shit because if it has anything to do with the Civil War and the Confederates, we can't leave it named that. Well, the San Antonio school changed their name to they dropped off Robert E. They got rid of the Robert E. part, and they now named their school Lee High School. Okay?
But Lee stands for something.
Lee is an acronym.
It's the most ridiculous acronym ever.
This ranks right in there with Indigenous Peoples Day. Seriously, it does. Okay?
So apparently Robert E. Lee High School in San Antonio has officially changed their name to Legacy Educational Excellence High School.
What the fuck is their mascot?
Probably a book or something.
It's like a book. It's like a dude in a graduation cap.
Yeah.
Which, this reminds me of another story that happened this last week, and I should have looked it up to include it on a show, but I listened to it so much that I have it pretty much memorized now. Okay, this ranks right in there with another thing. Another Texas school outside of Houston has decided that the students have complained enough, and they will no longer be calling their 9th grade students freshmen.
Oh, yeah.
They feel that that term is derogatory and is masculine and is not equal amongst all the students. They have decided to call them new class, or what is it? Underclass, not underclassmen. It's like newclassmen or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
You know what freshman stands for? Freshman is fresh to the high school experience.
But it's because it uses the term men.
No, not just men.
And
fresh men, which sounds offensive. They have decided they are no longer going to call their ninth graders freshmen. They are now new classmen. And it's just like, fuck, why? What is wrong? Okay, I get it if somebody put a statue of a dude raping somebody. Yeah, okay, we need to take that shit down.
Yeah.
Okay, but we gotta change all the... We have to erase our history. Freshman does not mean what everybody thinks it means. What the fuck is next? Well, we can't call them sophomores anymore because that refers to the fact on whether or not they're strong or not. And what, juniors? Because we can't call them juniors because juniors is the child of a male that has the exact same name. Mm-hmm. So we can't call them that. Seniors refers to them as all being fucking old, so we won't be able to call them seniors. The list just goes on and on. It's like Indigenous fucking People Day. Why?
I don't know.
Native American Day sounds a lot fucking better than Indigenous Peoples Day. First of all, like I said before, there's no such thing as an indigenous person in America. Nobody was here. They migrated here. They've proven that. Science. Okay? So there isn't indigenous people to the United States of America. Okay? They weren't even, everybody that's here is an immigrant from somewhere, including the Native Americans. They were just the first fucking people here. Which they deserve being called Native Americans. Because they were here first. Yes. So I'll just call it Native American Days instead of Columbus Day. I get that. I could go with that. I can understand that. But Indigenous fucking Peoples Day. Now we can't have a school named after Robert E. Lee. So we're going to name it Lee's High School. And Lee High School doesn't mean, oh, because people are so like, well, it's still Robert E. Lee. It's just now Lee. It's named after his last name. No. See, now it's called the Legacy of Educational Excellence.
And what's even funnier about this is that the president of the board for the school literally said, it's better if we go ahead and leave it with Lee, you know, so that way we don't have to spend, you know, thousands upon hundreds of thousands upon millions of dollars for upgrading everything, changing out signs, changing out everything.
No, it doesn't. A school in Round Rock just changed their name to something else, which sounds cooler. I think that's now called, I think it's now Falcon, it's now like the Falcons or some shit. Okay, wow. Then, okay. It took them $104,000 to change the logos, the signage, the paint, and the uniforms for the sports teams.
Yeah.
104 grand. This school claims it's going to cost them hundreds of millions of dollars. Bullshit. Sounds like a money grab because you went and named your school something so fucking ridiculous that the town is like, no, we can't get behind this. Let's name it something else. So now you say, well, it's going to cost us $100 million to do it. All right, well, let's get a grant.
Yeah.
And it ain't going to cost them $100 million fucking dollars.
No. What they're saying
to change the names of the school.
Yeah, no. What they're saying is that because they left it at Lee, it would save them money instead of having to change everything out.
It's bullshit because when has a school ever said they've done something to save money?
This is true. This is very true.
Bullshit. They don't save money. They find ways to rack it up so they can get more grants every single year. Mm-hmm. They overspend themselves. The school system is the exact model of the federal government. We spend way more than we take in on purpose to make you bail us out. Okay? If you ever want to know why the federal government is the way it is, take a look at your school system that's run by the government. That is a micro model of what the federal government is.
Yes.
Overdone, overpopulated, overspended on, and constantly with their hands out asking for more. Killamil wants to know what's next, the change of race names?
How about you save that for your stream, Killamil?
There you go. Well, I got it. Let's stop calling each other black, white, fucking whatever. Let's just call ourselves fucking humans, which is the scientific term for what we are.
We're people.
We're Homo sapiens. We're human beings. We're the human race.
But then you have people be like, oh, well, identifies as, AH-64 Delta Apache attack helicopter.
I look at her and say, well, then go fly your ass off a fucking cliff. I want to see this happen.
Sounds about right.
If you can do this, I'll change my outlook on everything, including global warming. Fuck it. Every fucking thing. I'll change it all. If you identify as an attack helicopter and you go off a cliff and you fucking fly and shoot missiles and blow some shit up, I don't believe in shit I originally believed in anymore. It's all changed.
Alright, so moving on to an actual kind of happy story that we think is actually pretty fucking awesome.
Oh, this is the one about the Children's Hospital?
Yes!
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah. So apparently a Children's Hospital in San Diego has this new thing that they're doing, which actually makes things a little bit easier for the kids that are there for surgery.
Yeah, because you know one thing, what's the worst is when we're adults and we get sick, okay, we've gone far enough in life where we know that this shit's going to happen, okay? We figure out ways to cope with it while we're dealing with it, okay? And we have a coping mechanism, and we develop that through years. But when you're a child,
it can be very traumatic.
Life for you is supposed to be innocent. It's supposed to be fun. You're supposed to learn things. But then there's kids that get sick, and unfortunately, there's kids that get diseases and things like that. And it's horrible to watch watch children be sick. And you know what the worst part about it is I've been in hospitals that had children's sections and adult sections, and the children are always the most upbeat of them all.
Yes.
They're always the most optimistic. They're always, and I wish every human being could be like that.
Absolutely.
But the Children's Hospital in San Diego went one step further to make their process even more fun and easier. Go ahead and tell them what they did.
So apparently now the Children's Hospital in San Diego, what they did was they actually got a fucking fleet of remote control luxury cars.
Now, and they're basically, they look like Power Wheels.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is. It's a big giant Power Wheels, like the Escalades and everything like that they have. And they have it set up to where the nurses have a controller so that way they can go ahead and drive the car for them. But the kids think that they're driving. And these kids are able to drive themselves to the operating room. Yeah,
so if they got to go into a surgery, and if you've ever seen people go into surgery, it's traumatic as shit. You're wheeled in on a bed. All this crap is attached to you. There's people around you. It's a mess.
Yeah.
Well, what they're doing is they're letting these kids climb into these cars, and these kids think they're driving, but the nurse is behind them doing the steering.
Yeah.
But they get to drive themselves to the operating room, so they get to have some fun on their way to go to a very traumatic event for them.
Yes.
And I think it's amazing. And you know what? Absolutely great. San Diego, the Children's Hospital in San Diego. Did you get a name for the hospital?
No, it's San Diego Children's Hospital.
That's what it's called?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. No, that's great. And hey, props to you guys for doing that, because people that actually taking the time and care, for these kids in this time. A lot of hospitals are run by corporations that don't care about one person to the next, but they actually took the time to care for these kids, and I think it's amazing.
It's absolutely awesome.
We've done trips to hospitals in Amtgard where we've gone in to see the kids and try to
dressed up in armor and all that stuff.
Yeah, came in like knights and knights of the round table and wizards and stuff like that, and to make a kid smile is when they're in that situation, making a kid smile is the greatest thing in the world. It really is. It makes you feel better. It really does. If you're having a crummy week, dress up real good and your best garb and go in and make some kids smile. And when you come out of the hospital, you feel like $1 million. You
Absolutely.
really do. I mean, yeah, it's on your mind that these kids are really sick and everything else, but the thing is to see a kid make a kid smile in that situation, there's no experience in the world like it, and I recommend it to anybody. It's always been fun when I did it before. I'm hoping to start setting up doing something like that here again.
Yeah.
Kill Mill said that Harley's actually wanting to make some hospital caps and gowns for children that can help cope with the fear of being in the hospital, and that's awesome. That is absolutely awesome. Like, I can imagine a bunch of them wanting to be Superman or Batman or Iron Man because they're tough. They could deal with anything.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Kind of things. And I think that's amazing. I really do. I think it's awesome.
It really is.
So, to our final story of the day.
So we here at the Raj and Rick Show want to go ahead and give a shout out to Thomas Heath, aka Danger Snake and Amtgard, because Danger Snake is Danger Snake, because Danger Snake is Danger Snake.
Danger is snake, and snake is danger.
Yeah. So Danger Snake is a really awesome, lovable guy.
Yes.
Over there in the wetlands, he's part of Rogers Raiders, and he is known for cooking at so many IK events along with the rest of the Raiders.
Yes.
He was the Feastocrat at Spring War. He's been the Feastocrat at Keep. He's been the Feastocrat at Banner Wars.
Yes.
He's done so many things. Well, for the past week, he's been in the hospital because apparently he had a couple of blood clots and everything like that. You know, possible pulmonary embolism.
Almost killed him.
And you know, we've been keeping track, and you know, his wife Natasha and DRC and everything like that have been posting updates to different Kingdom pages for anybody who's known him. And we are thankful that he is finally home.
Yes, he is.
And, you know, they're saying that, yeah, he still has some issues with the blood clots, but, you know, so far he's pretty much out of the woods.
And it's great that he's able to be home before get home in time to be at home for Christmas.
Exactly, and that's exactly what they're hoping for. And granted, you know, he's in a lot of pain and everything like that.
He's still got a little ways to go, but you know what? The thing is he's home.
Yeah. So, much love to you, brother. Much
Absolutely.
love to you, Danger Snake. You too, Tasha. We definitely wish, you know, for a speedy recovery from you, and hope that you get to feeling better pretty soon. We definitely would love to see you out again.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Love your food, love your feast too, man. Your food's awesome. Your company is wonderful. Nothing, I believe it or not, out of all the people in Amtgard, I don't have anything negative to say about it.
And also, in case you didn't know this, him and his wife Tasha actually own Bad Wolf Gaming in Lufkin.
Yes.
It's a gaming store. It's pretty awesome and everything like that. So if you haven't been in the area, go ahead, show them some love. Go to Bad Wolf Gaming, you know, pick up some miniatures or some cards or whatever, you know, what have you. You'll be good to go.
There you go. All right. So
I think we should go ahead and announce about our next giveaway.
Oh yes, our next giveaway. Yes, folks. Hey, make sure you pay attention because this one's big. This one's big.
It's huge.
Real big.
So, I believe when we hit 100 subscribers...
100 subscribers.
When we hit 100 subscribers, we're going to be giving away...
a brand new Toyota.
Yes.
A brand new Toyota.
When we hit 100 subscribers. The reason why that we're saying 100 subscribers, because one, this is a really big prize that we're going to be giving away.
Yes.
And two...
Very big prize.
And two, when we hit 100 subscribers... we will finally be able to get our own custom-made URL for our YouTube channel.
That way I can sit here and tell you that, yes, all you got to do is go to www.youtube.com/The Raj and Rich Show, and I can just say that.
Instead of us having to be like...
you got to search through our Facebook
question
page.
mark, exclamation point, lowercase c, uppercase c, you know,
so,
ND, whatever.
So we decided, since it was going to benefit us greatly if we get to 100... we should give away something that would that would be great for them. And
absolutely.
So we're giving away a brand new Toyota. Very much so. So there you go. So 100 subscribers, folks. Yeah. So, and trust me, and you know what? So get your friends. You want to win? Get your friends in here. Get them subscribers. Get them to watch the show. We're more than happy to give this away if we can get to 100. Okay.
Yes.
Absolutely, because I would really want to change that fucking web address. It's fucking horrible.
It is. It's
horrible.
Really bad.
I mean, we look like a bunch of 6-year-olds running a YouTube channel right now. That's how bad it is. There's a guy that talks about peeing that has a better YouTube channel than we do. I mean, at least we're covering shit. I mean, he's talking about urinating. I mean,
yeah.
And he has a better YouTube channel than us. But it's alright, there will be some changes being made to our YouTube channel and our streaming because my friend Dervish Wimbane is going to be working on our stuff. And so hopefully in the next year, in 2018, you'll be seeing some changes for the good so it doesn't look like a bunch of 6-year-olds are running this show.
Yes.
Although I think if 6-year-olds were running this show, it'd probably be a better show.
Most likely.
Yeah. I think they can stay on topic better than we can. But anyway...
Anyway, so here from the Roger Rich Show, we like to...
Okay, so do you want the anatomically correct gingerbread man or the big titted angel?
I'm gonna go with the angel.
All right, fine.
One dick is yours, one dick is his.
I have a dick, thank you very much.
I already have one too. Okay, so there we go. So folks, we're gonna end our Christmas show while we're eating some anatomically correct cookies. I have a gingerbread with a cock and balls. In fact, if you look at proportionate size, there's a bunch of women that are not going to want me to eat this fucking cookie because this guy's got it all.
So, from the Raj and Rich Show, we want to wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Blessed Yule, Merry Festivus, Happy Holiday, Seasonal Seasonings.
God damn it, Bob!
And happy whatever the fuck else that you celebrate.
Bob had way too much to drink.
He had way too much spiked eggnog.
Bob just fucking passed the fuck out right there. One squeeze and down Bob goes. Yes, that's right. So, guys, regardless of what you celebrate, have a good one. Have a happy whatever holiday, and we'll see you before the new year. In fact, we'll see you the night of New Year's Eve. We're gonna do a show New Year's Eve night. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and we're gonna have a blast. And if we decide to, we may just stay on and run down the New Year with you. Fuck it.
Let's do it.
Because I ain't gotta go to work the next day, so
I gotta do shit.
There it is. You don't do shit.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Well, I take a shit, but.
Well, yeah. No, you don't. You don't take a shit.
Oh no, I leave a shit.
There you go. You don't take it anywhere. All right. So on that note, folks, by the way, have yourselves a good night. Have fun tomorrow watching the kiddies. If you still haven't put your shit together,
you should probably do that.
You should probably put your shit together, and get it so you don't want to sit there and have them just come out and don't be that cheap ass that just leaves the bike in the box. Take the bike out of the box, put the shit together, put it under the tree. Oh yeah. Okay, don't just leave the bike in the box and wrap the bike. Take the bike out and put it together. Okay, don't be that guy. Unless you don't know how to work tools, then fucking call the neighbor over.
Oh God.
All right, so that's it, folks. Bye. For the Raj and Rich Show, I am Rich.
I'm Raj.
And we're gone. We're out of here. Merry Christmas. Watch Die Hard. It is a Christmas movie, fuckers. See ya.